I want to stay for a second with some advantages of this format for younger developmental ages. Um, and this is for the coaches more than it is for a tournament director controlling time, more than it is for protecting the athletes and how their feelings are hurt or not because of a blowout, blah, blah, blah. This piece is for coaches. If we are going to play a 5 inning, 5 batter baseball game, assuming you bat the bottom of the inning, which may or may not be the case, obviously, depending who's up after 4.5 innings. But assuming you're going to play the entire 5th inning in a 5 inning game, you know as a coach, you are sending 20, not 25 kids, but you are going to have 25 at bats. Okay? So if you have a priority of getting every kid in a bat, every kid getting a couple at bats, however you do it as a coach, you know going in how many at bats you have. So before the first pitch is thrown, you can have a plan in mind in place of when you want to pinch hit to make sure that little Johnny on the bench or little Tammy on the bench gets in at bat. So it also offers that, and that to me is a big perk for a coach who cares about making sure certain players get opportunities off of the bench. So it offers that as well. Staying with benefits. There's no wasted opportunity to practice skills during gameplay when you play this way. Let's go back, not really back to, but let's look at a scenario. Let's say that bases are loaded, and your 5th batter's up to bat. All right, and bases don't have to be loaded, but let's just say there's actually a runner on third, and that's it. 5th batter is up. It's your last batter of the inning. Runner on third base. And outs don't matter. Maybe 2 kids got out. Maybe 3 kids got out. Maybe a kid scored earlier. Whatever. It doesn't matter. So last batter up. Runner on third. Ball's hit to medium deep center field. Okay. Typical. If this is going to be the last batter of the inning, that means it's going to be the 3rd out, right? In typical traditional baseball. So the center fielder would catch that ball, out number 3, inning's over. The guy on third base, he was running on contact anyway. Kind of irrelevant, right? The center fielder doesn't have to worry about him. He caught the ball, he made the 3rd out. No, there's no throw to make. In traditional baseball, in 5-batter baseball, this play is more than just a caught fly ball, inning over. You've got to play this out. So we are now getting more baseball played in this moment. Why? Because you got a live ball. Yeah, no batters coming up next, but you got a live ball caught by the center fielder, and you've got an active live runner on third base who, in this style of play, this format, can tag up and try to score. Now, if there's more innings to play, he could just stay there, play it safe, come back out, take third the next inning, and assume that somebody out of the next 5 hitters will knock him in, or a pass ball, a wild pitch. But, we're playing baseball here. So we could see a tag play. And all of a sudden, the center fielder is not just catching a ball and tossing it into shortstop, innings over. He's now got to think about, I'm catching this ball, and I've got to play at the plate, potentially, because we got a runner tagging on a medium deep fly ball from third to home, potentially. So now we're playing more baseball, okay? We are adding an extra piece to a play that would not be there if the catch was out number 3, inning over. Okay, so that's just one example. I mean, you can apply that to anything, but it's really applicable in these fly ball situations, but also double plays, okay? Let's say there's a runner on first. 5th batter comes up, all right? Ball is hit to the third baseman. Well, third baseman's typical play, depending on the level, right? Because that's a long throw, and if we're talking about 10U, even 12U, depending on the team, maybe they're thinking second base because it's a closer base, but it all depends. Is the runner fast? Is he slow? Is he leading off? Is he stealing prior to the hit ball? All those variables, whatever. But anyway, typically with the last batter of an inning, if it were in traditional baseball, you would just need to get to the ball to second base for the force or first. You wouldn't need to go to both. Here we go again. Now we've got a chance to turn a double play to end an inning, even though it's the last batter. What's the point? Well, if I can effectively, or if I can turn the double play, no runners come back to those bases next inning. Right? Versus if I just went to second and got that guy out and let the batter runner take first base, that guy's going to be back on first base to start the next inning. So I am incentivized as a fielder to try to turn two so that that guy that hit the ball can't be back on first base to start the next inning. More baseball is played. Instead of just taking the force out at second, now we're trying to turn a double play. So it promotes a little bit of extra baseball, not every inning, okay? If the fifth batter strikes out. If he walks, okay? But in certain circumstances, situations, more baseball, more defense happens in a given play versus what would happen if it was a player making a third out in traditional baseball. Stopping again, we'll start here again in a second.